Hello, my name is Dalia. I'm the Director of Ancillary Services. I've been with Camosun for 4 years now, and today I'm going to be interviewing John Boraas to talk about equity, diversity, and inclusion at Camosun.
And my name is John Boraas, and I've been here for 22 years now. I'm the Vice President of Education, and I've been involved in equity, diversity, and inclusion work here for a good chunk of that time.
What has Camosun done to promote equity, diversity, and inclusion?
As we've moved forward, we've, over the past years, created the equity, diversity, and inclusion policy, and we've moved forward with policies underneath that to support students in the area of accommodations for students with different learning abilities, and we're continuing to work out the suite of policies that live underneath that. We have a history with indigenization that I've been involved with for a long time, and with the whole idea of making Camosun a more welcoming place for Indigenous learners. But I've always had at my core the belief that that work will help us with being more welcoming to other groups of students, and I hope to other employees as well, because the whole intent is for us to keep working toward that goal of being as welcoming a place as possible.
Yeah. And what is the Dimensions Project?
Well, the Dimensions Project is an NSERC-funded project, and it is a project that is nationwide, and it's intended to be a place where colleges and universities identify through research leading practices in creating an environment that respects equity, diversity, and inclusion. And it is a project. We are among 5 colleges in the country that have been asked to participate. The rest are universities. And this project is one where there will be a research base. And so we're aligning some of our own interests with the Dimensions Project so that we can continue to give as much horsepower, if you will, to equity, diversity, and inclusion projects. So the projects that we've identified to this point include a project looking at systemic racism in hiring. We're looking at the reality that, especially with COVID-19, there are students who are being disenfranchised from education because of what we're calling the digital divide. We're looking at projects that help us to define very clearly our values for equity, diversity, and inclusion. And we're looking at projects to help be sure that we have clear language that identifies where the college sits on all projects related to equity, diversity, and inclusion. So those are projects that have emerged off the top, but we know that that there will be a number of other projects that emerge, and we're just at the stage of defining those projects enough so that we can invite the college community to join us in those projects.
And how can people, that includes students, faculty, and employees, can get involved?
We're going to be putting out calls for involvement in various advisory committees, focus groups, all of those kinds of things, as we make this a whole college process. As people can guess, some of this work is side of desk, so it's been a bit slow for us to get to that place. We're also, within Dimensions, we're identifying the voice of students as one of our projects as well, and we're interested in being sure that we insert or give space for the voice of students to rise up in all of our governance processes, so that we're sure that people are more aware of these kinds of projects but have a chance to make them richer and more robust.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks, Dalia.